afternoon, everybody. My name's Becky. I am Becky B Crafty here on YouTube and over on Instagram, and welcome to Flosstube number 10. This is my little cosy nook of the internet where I talk about all my crafting projects, mainly cross stitch, but sometimes some knit and crochet and things as well. It is, I don't know why I'm looking at my wrist. I've taken my watch off. I was looking to see what date it is and I've taken my watch off. That's not a good start, is it? It is Tuesday the 5th of May. And it's in the afternoon, it's after work, and I apologise for the croakiness of my voice if it's sounding really bad. I woke up yesterday morning with a little bit of a cold and a sore throat and things. I don't feel quite as bad today as I did yesterday, but I've gradually been losing my voice throughout the day at work today. So I've got a glass of water. Hopefully this won't be too long a video, and if I keep lubricating my throat it will last out until the end. And I've got a bit of a snotty nose as well, so I apologise if I have to keep ducking off screen just to give my nose a little wipe. I'm not pausing and stuff each time. That's just far too much hassle. So, hello everybody, I hope everyone's okay. I know it's been a little bit longer than I said it was going to be. Oh, hello. He's here. And say hello to all your adoring fans. Mr. Hamilton. No, not bothered. It's because all the carnage on the sofa. I'm just going to tip the screen down a little bit so you can see everything. So he can't actually get on the sofa, so he's heading for the window ledge instead. So, as I said, it's Tuesday afternoon. It was Bank Holiday Monday in the UK yesterday, so we had a 3-day weekend. He's just eaten something off the sofa. I think it was a bit of fluff. Great, Hamilton. Brilliant start. I've looked at my wrist for a watch that isn't there, and you're eating stuff off the top of the sofa. Amazing. It's going to be one of those videos, is it? Buckle up, peeps. It was Bank Holiday Monday, May Day Bank Holiday Monday in the UK yesterday, so we had a nice long 3-day weekend this weekend. Oh dear. I'm just waiting to see if the camera's actually frozen. Oh no, it hasn't. I'm back. I apologise if there was a weird little freeze there. There was for me on my laptop screen, but I don't know if that'll translate to the video or not. So if there was a weird little freeze there, I apologise. If there wasn't, it might just be me going, looking very confused at the screen because I thought it had frozen, but it hasn't. 2.5 minutes in and I've said nothing of actual any importance yet, have I? So it really is going to be one of those videos today, people. So yeah, nice long bank holiday weekend. We got some stuff done in the garden because it was quite nice on Saturday. Sunday wasn't too great, and I had a bit of an upset stomach over the weekend as well. And then yesterday weather wasn't too great either, but that's fine because we were planning on doing nothing yesterday anyway. So I just sat and stitched all day, and oh, I'll tell a lie, I played on my Switch as well. I've got a Switch too, and at the minute I'm a little bit obsessed with Balatro. It's a card game where you get jokers that change what happens to your card hands and things, and it's amazing. It's so addictive. If you've got a Switch or a PlayStation or anything like that and you've not played Balatro and you do like card games, I recommend giving it a go. It is very addictive. So let's have a look. Normally I sort of say the Flosstubers and things I've been watching. I've got a few thank yous to do, but I've already done these thank yous for other Flosstubers that have given me shout outs and things. So I apologise if I forget anyone. I will link everyone down below that I normally watch anyway. But Ellie from Stitching Bee gave me a shout out on her latest video the other day, so thank you for that, Ellie. And I was chatting to Ellie on Instagram and on her last videos, YouTube comments as well, about the lovely UniC stitch kits from Ukraine, because Ellie showed some of hers off in her video the other day, and then I commented and said, oh, have you seen the bee ones? And Ellie replied and said, yeah, I might already have one of them. I've got both of them. I've got 2 of them, so I am going to be showing those off in my acquisitions in a bit. What, you're looking at me as if you're going to come back over here now? You cannot walk across all this, Hamilton. There is far too much stuff there for you to be walking across. He's literally just sniffing my fabric now. I'm not sure what's so interesting about that piece of Ada. But he's literally just having a sniff around. So he might make another appearance, he might not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, thank you to Ellie for the shout out. Thank you to Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah gave me a shout out on her channel. I think a lot of people had been watching my last video where I was back after I took a long break from having surgery on my hand. Still doing really well. Thank you everyone for asking. You can see it's a little bit red down the middle there. And I am still a little bit swollen on both sides, but I've been doing a bit more crochet and stuff recently. So I think that's using different muscles in my hand and getting it working again. I think that's why I've had a little bit more pain. So thank you to Ellie. Thank you to Sarah. My mind's going blank now. I can't remember who else has given me a shout out. So I have said thank you to you guys on your YouTube channels and on your Instagram pages as well. So as I say, I will link everyone that I normally watch on Flosstube down below. So let's get on to some projects then. So since my last Flosstube, I have got 2 FFOs. I have had 2 new starts, and I've worked on 1 whip, which I've realised I haven't got the stats for, and I can't get the stats because they're on the laptop that I'm now filming on. Sorry for seriously pointing at you there. So let's start with the FFO that everybody, oh, and SJ Stitchers, Sarah, thank you, you gave me a shout out as well. And just for you, Sarah, the first FFO I will show off is, it's Halfway Happy. I'm hoping that that is going to be a little bit brighter, because I've noticed that when I'm filming everything looks really dark. Then when it gets to the actual video, it's a lot brighter. So I'm hoping that it's going to be a bit brighter on the actual video. But I showed this off as a finish in one of my previous videos quite a while ago. And I told everyone that I left it with Lisa of Atelier Framing to have it professionally framed. And here it is. And it's so beautiful. I was so excited when I went to pick it up from Lisa at the Floss Friends retreat the other weekend. Yeah, and I love, it was Lisa at Atelier Framing that suggested the 2-tone frame around the edges, because it sort of matched up with the darkness of the upside down on the bottom and then the bright wood of the forest on the top, and I absolutely love how it's turned out. Love, love, love it. So I will pop a picture in here of me collecting it with my big cheesy grin that Nicola took for me. So thanks, Nick. Running Stitcher 117. I always forget how many 1s and how many 7s are in your Instagram handle, Nicholas, but I will tag Nick down below. So thank you for taking that picture of me, and thank you, Lisa, for the beautiful job of framing it. I haven't put it up yet. I'm thinking, can I actually figure this out? Oh, turn it around. It's probably going to go up here somewhere. Yeah, up there next to my Hellfire Club picture that I got from my tattooist, actually. So yeah, absolutely love it. The frame just brings out the colours. Brings out the colours absolutely amazingly. So that's my first FFO. Right, second FFO was only finished last night, and that is my Poppy Bee by Sweet Annet Designs on Etsy. So this was a kit, and I'll take it apart. So it was a kit that came in 2 wooden pieces, 2 halves, with the pattern and all the threads to stitch the 2 wings with this beautiful poppy design on. And then it even came with the pre-cut bits of felt on the back to stick on to cover up the stitching when you'd finished. So I finished the first wing when I was at the Floss Friends retreat the other weekend, and I've been working on the other wing since then, and I managed to get all the stitching done on that second wing yesterday, the cross stitching. And I was like, have I actually got the brain power to get the back stitch done? Because as I say, I was feeling a little bit poorly with this cold or whatever it is yesterday. But I managed to get it done. So I will tag Sweet Annet down below. She has got lots of these beautiful cut wooden pieces that she has done the patterns to cross stitch on. There's some really nice Halloween ones. I was talking to the ladies who I shared a table with at the Floss Friends retreat. Steph, I think, hi Steph if you're watching, has got some of the Halloweeny wooden ones. So there are like little trees, Halloween trees that you can cross stitch things on. There are little bats that you can hang, and they're just absolutely amazing. Really, really pleasing to stitch as well. I don't know what it is about stitching on wood. I just found it really, really easy. I think it's like stitching on 14 count Ada when you're used to stitching on even weave or linen, and you go back to 14 count Ada and it's really, really easy. So yeah, if I remember, I will pop a picture in here of where I have decided to sit it on my window ledge, along with my bee themed Mill Hill kits that I've finished so far. So that was my next FFO. So let's have a look at, oh gosh, I've got to pull all these over. So first new start was, oh, I haven't brought a board or anything. I'll have to put it that way around. So this is the April Cotton and Twine subscription box, correct me if I'm wrong, which is the pillow design from Crocette Gogo with the two little bunnies on. And I've not brought the pattern over because I'm using the digital pattern, but I'm sure everyone knows what it looks like. In fact, bear with, back in a sec. No, sorry about that. I thought I might have got the pattern to hand, but I haven't. So I will pop a picture here on screen what it's supposed to look like. I'm sure everyone knows what it's supposed to look like. But it's the lovely little cushion with the two bunnies, and it says spring, and then it's got little chicks in each corner. So I started this on the 20th of April as part of Cotton and Twine Mondays, which I do apologise, I can't remember who it is that started the hashtag Cotton and Twine Mondays, but I will link it down below. But yeah, there's my progress so far. Again, I'm a bit rubbish really, I've not got my stats. So I'm filming this. I wasn't expecting to film it today. I was going to wait till either Thursday or Friday when my husband was on late, but I completely forgot it is my youngest's diabetic eye screening appointment at the hospital this afternoon. So husband's taken them to that, and I was like, oh, I've got an hour or so to myself, so I will quickly film now. Oh, he's back again. Did you want to go in the kitchen? I've shut the door from the living room into the kitchen because the tumble dryer was on and it's now stopped. So I don't know if he's wanting to get into the kitchen or not. What was I doing? It's going to be a really, really random video. I'm really, really sorry. So, of the spring design from Cotton and Twine subscription box, I have done so far 421 stitches, which is 11.25%. I was just checking on Pattern Keeper on my phone because this design I actually have Pattern Keeper on it on my phone rather than my laptop. It's only a small little pattern. So sometimes I use Pattern Keeper on my laptop for bigger patterns, and sometimes for smaller ones I use it on my phone, so that if I'm taking my stitching out and about. So that is the Cotton and Twine April subscription box, which I started as part of Cotton and Twine Mondays. And as I say, I will try and remember to tag down below who started Cotton and Twine Mondays. My other new start, I'm in a right mess on this sofa now, was Bee and Blossoms by Samplers and Primitives. And this was one of my Nashville Needlework Market pre-orders. So there is what it will look like when it's finished. And I was stitching on this at the Floss Friends retreat as well. And since, and here is what it looks like that I have done so far. There'd be no stats for this one even if I had bothered to get my stats off my laptop, because this is a paper pattern. But this is coming along amazingly and looking beautiful so far. Thread that was needed as well, but I couldn't seem to find it anywhere in the UK, so I subbed it for, I think, can't remember if it was a Weeks or a Classic Colourworks. But yeah, that is what we have got so far. This needle minder, I'm not sure where it was from because my lovely husband bought it for me as part of my Christmas present. But yeah, that's coming along really, really nicely. Really enjoying stitching this one. But I did put that away for a little while so that I could work on my next project, which is Cabinet of Curiosities by Clouds Factory. If I can manage to get one, I will pop a picture in here of what it looked like before and of what it will look like when it's finished. And then this is what it looks like at the moment. So I've not done a great deal since last time. I've finished this little anatomy guy up here. I've done this beautiful little bug, and I did the outline for this shelf. But yeah, this one is over 50% now, which is why I've dug this one back out to try and get it finished. Because I've spoken about before about needing the dopamine hit and the gratification of a finish. And this one is like little mini finishes, because as you can see, everything that's on the shelves is like a small little motif. So they are like little mini finishes in themselves, but then when you finish a shelf, that's like a finish. So yeah, it's over 50% on this one so far. So I'm hoping to crack on with this one a little bit and get some of it finished. It's on 14 count Black Ada with all the called for DMCs. So that is Cabinet of Curiosities. So that is everything I have worked on. I have started tracking my stitches month by month. Not paper patterns, so it is not a complete account of how many stitches I've done over the month, but when I have stitched something that's in Pattern Keeper, I have written down how many stitches I've done each day, and I was quite impressed actually with April. So my stats for April were 3,297 stitches throughout April. Sorry, I can feel myself getting a bit dry again and my voice going, so I had to have a little drink to keep myself going. So yeah, over 3,000 stitches in April. And I've worked on the Bee and Blossoms, which is a paper pattern, so that's even more stitches. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that for April. That's a pretty good showing for me for April. So other things that I have got to show. So next is purchases, and most of my purchases, yeah, not all of them, but most of my purchases will be from the Floss Friends retreat that I went to in Rotherham the other weekend. Absolutely amazing as always. Love a Floss Friends retreat. Met up with my usual retreat buddies. No, you are not restarting my laptop now, thank you. Sorry, something just came up on screen there. You won't have been able to see it, but saying restart your laptop now to install updates. No, please don't. Remind me tomorrow. I don't want to do that now, thanks. So yeah, met up with my usual retreat buddies. So Nick, who is Running Stitcher 1117, Linda and Kelly. Ruth wasn't there with us this time, unfortunately, but then we had new people on our table for us this time. So there was Steph, so hi Steph, and Vicky, who is Vasiliki. I hope I've said that right, Vicky. If not, I apologise. Oh, the cat's coming over again. Make your mind up. Do you want to go in the kitchen? Is that what you want? I'm just going to disappear again for a few seconds just to open the door because I think he wants to go in the kitchen. Door's open. I'm back. I think he might have wanted to go into the kitchen for some food or something. So I've opened the door for him now. So yeah, and then obviously I saw lots of other regular Floss Friends Retreat people. So Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah was there with Bethany. Bear with 1 second. Sorry, my nose was starting to run a little bit and no one wants to see that, me wiping my nose. So yeah, Sarah was there with Bethany. Bethany, I hope your elbow is getting better, because Bethany was at the retreat even though she had, I think it was fractured her elbow. So I hope you're feeling better, Bethany. Who else did I see? It wasn't last weekend, it was the weekend before, and my mind's just gone blank now as to who else we saw. Letitia was there from Corrie's Little Shop, Linda from the Sampler Guild, obviously Sammy from Little Loops. I saw and spoke to lots of other people as well. Josie, if you end up watching Josie, hi, it was lovely to talk to you. Shirley, it was lovely to see you as well and have a chat. And I'm looking forward to that Mirabilia D-Stash at the next retreat, if I can get a ticket, Shirley. Who else did I talk to? Lynn and Bob. Hi, Lynn and Bob, if you're watching. It was lovely to speak to you two as well. I apologise if I've forgotten anyone. This cold or whatever it is muddling my brain. But yeah, Floss Friends Retreat, amazing, amazing, amazing as always. So, what did I get from the Floss Friends Retreat? Not as much as normal, but I did get quite a bit of stuff. So, I picked up my frame from my framing, which was Halfway Happy from Lisa at Atelier Frames. And sorry, I've got that much stuff I've got a pile down here on the floor. Lisa also brings some ready-made frames. So I picked this up. Oh, that's showing off the colour nicely in that light. So it's kind of like a blue wood distressed frame. And I say I don't know what I'm going to put in it, but I've got an idea. More on that later. So yeah, beautiful frame there. As I say, at the time, had no idea what I was going to put in it. It just took my fancy and I really liked it. So I picked that up from Lisa. What else did I get? It's all over here in this pile. Let me hike everything over. Sammy was there, who is the Old Barn Stitching Co. on Little Loop Stitching, with her lovely shop. So I picked up her Forest Guardian pattern. Gorgeous, cute little fox. He's really cute. And then I also picked up one of her 3D printed hoops to hopefully put the Forest Guardian in. It's coming out looking a bit reddy on the screen, but it's not. It's like a dark orangey colour. So I got that. And then, of course, I had to get the matching needle minder as well. He's so cute. And then also from Sammy, I got pumpkin picking set of patterns. So this was actually, I think it was last October's retreat pattern, and I forgot to pick it up at the time, so she had it with her again this time. So I picked it up this time, as I've kind of been thinking about doing a bit of Halloween stitching again. And then, as I say, Letitia was there from Corrie's Little Shop. And let's do this in the right order, shall we? So, let me take it out of the packet. She had this beautiful blue, oh, why does the light keep going? Beautiful blue 14 count Ada. And it's a big piece, it's 100 by 55 centimetres. So it's a massive piece. Didn't have any ideas for it at the time, just really, really liked the blue. Then while I was sat at the table thinking about it, I was like, kind of needs to be some kind of traditional sampler but in really bright, wacky colours. So obviously Letitia had all of her, what am I just doing with them? There they are. All of her threads and things there as well. And she also had some modern folk embroidery patterns. And Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah, was absolutely outraged, if that's the right word, Sarah, that when I said I had never done a modern folk embroidery pattern before. And I was picking a few up and umming and ahhing, and Sarah tried to enable me and encourage me, didn't you, Sarah, to just buy one of all of the ones that I liked. But I was quite restrained at the time, and I just got one. So this is an emblem of love. And rather than doing the writing of an emblem of love down there, I was kind of thinking about putting mine and my husband's initials in, and our wedding anniversary date. Really not lovey-dovey people at all. We get each other each anniversary we get each other something that's based on the traditional anniversary gifts, but we put our own spin on it. So when it was I think it was linen a few years ago, and I bought him something from, I think it was called like the Linen Spice Company, like a big spice grinder, and he bought me some linen yarn. And then last year, was it wood? Was it wood last year? I can't remember now, but he bought me a beautiful engraved wooden jewellery box, and I can't actually remember what I got him. But yeah, we're not normally like a really lovey-dovey couple, but I thought that would be quite sweet to have our initials and our wedding anniversary date in there. So what I was going to do was have that pattern on the blue fabric, and then I said to Letitia, and Nick was there having a look and helping me as well, that I wanted quite a bright out there thread to go with it, so they were trying to help me pick something, and we ended up with this. So this is Weeks Dye Works Celebration. And just look at that. It's got pinks and purples and yellows and all sorts in it. Let me pop the pattern down and the fabric, and I will just show you one of them. Hopefully you can see that variegation. So there's like pink and purple and yellow in there. And that is going to be really, really bright. And dare I say it, quite obnoxious, but I think that is going to work brilliantly on this blue fabric. I hope it's going to work brilliantly on this blue fabric. I might have to start it soon actually and see what it turns out like. I'm not sure my husband's going to love it, but we'll see. So yeah, I bought those from Letitia. And I think that was everything I bought actually. So I'm just going to pop all these back together in this bag so I don't lose them all. So that was everything that I bought from the retreat. But then I was having a look online at Modern Folk Embroidery when I got back, and I ended up buying another couple of Modern Folk Embroidery patterns. So I just need to remind myself of which ones I actually bought. So I will pop pictures in here, but go away work drive. I don't want you, I want personal drive. So the first one I bought was called Small Violanda, and I will pop a picture in here of what it looks like. And I had actually been looking at the full-size Violanda pattern that Letitia had in the shop, and I liked some of the motifs, but not necessarily all of them. And then when I was looking on Modern Folk Embroidery when I came back, I saw this and I was like, oh, I love that bit of that pattern, and that was just what I wanted. Just one part of the Violanda pattern and not all of it. So no idea what I'm going to stitch it on or what thread with, but I really, really liked that one. And then the other one I bought was called Little Bee. Oh, no, it's not. It's called How Doth the Busy Little Bee, and it's a beekeeper's pincushion. So I'll pop a picture in here. It's so gorgeous. So, so gorgeous. And because I will have plenty of that blue fabric left, which I've stupidly put away, because I will have plenty of this lovely 14 count blue left, I am going to do that pattern on the blue fabric with 726, because I thought that was quite bright, and a lovely yellow for that bee sampler. Now, I was hoping I was going to be able to do it to fit it in this frame, but I think it's going to be a little bit too big. This frame is 7.5 by 7.5, and the pattern on 14 count, where are we, is 6 3/4 by 7 5/8. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get it to fit, unless I maybe take the outside border off. I'm going to have to do some working out. I'm going to have to do some working out and see about taking, if I hold it up to the screen here, will this work? See if I can take this outside border off, but then I'm not sure if I want to take that outside border off. But I really would like to be able to fit it in that frame. I think it would look brilliant. But so like, I want to do it on that fabric, so I don't want to have to choose a different fabric to make it fit in that frame, but I want it in that frame as well. So I'm going to have to do some thinking and do some rejigging and see what I can come up with. So I'm just looking at the pattern now to see if there's anything else I could take out or leave off, and I don't think there is. I'll have to do some thinking. I'm going to have to do some thinking about it. I might either have to admit that I'm going to have to do it on a different piece of fabric, or admit that I'm going to have to put it in a different frame. But yeah, so I bought those two modern folk embroidery patterns when I came home. Bear with, nose is running again. Oh dear me. And I have made such a mess on this sofa. Such a mess on this sofa. Just let me pop everything back. So the last things I've got to show from the retreat are freebies that I got on the de-stash table and my lovely table gifts. So first thing I got on the de-stash table was this. Of course I did. And it's just like a lovely little hanging heart with bees and flowers on. And you will probably have noticed when I popped my photo in of where I've put my sweet Annet butterfly that this was hanging on my twig tree. So thank you if you put that on the de-stash table. I nabbed that straight away. And then I also got on the de-stash table this. So it's a cross-stitch sampler book. It almost feels like it's never been used because it's like the spine hasn't been broken. And there are some gorgeous samplers in here. Which one was it that took my fancy? Should have found this out before as well. There was one in particular that I absolutely loved when I was flicking through this book. And the main reason why I picked this book up. Is it that one? Where's the full picture of it? Oh, there it is. It was this Sea Life sampler here. Look at it. It's so cute. And I really just fell in love with that one, and that's what clinched it for me, is why I wanted this book. So if you put that on the freebie table, again, thank you. There was another one that I liked as well. Oh yeah, there was that one as well, Seaside one. That's really cute with the birds on. And there was, there it is, there was like a sewing themed one as well. But yeah, there are a few absolutely gorgeous samplers in here. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if I can, are they on the back? 15 sets of beautiful cross-stitch motifs. So, there is this one, like a celebration one. then I'll try and show them like a page at a time. There are all these ones here. And then there are all these ones here. Sorry, I know I'm probably not holding that up very well. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous samplers in that. So again, thank you if you popped that on the D-stash table. Right, table gifts was the last thing. So, let me just take that out of there. My table gifts that I gave out, and of course I kept one for myself, were these lovely little purple love heart bags. And I popped little charms on them. And then I popped a little pair of scissors in there. So they were my table gifts. While I was stitching on Bee and Blossoms, I unfortunately made a bit of a mistake and had to unpick everything that I had stitched so far one morning. And my fabric went all fuzzy and I'd got little bits stuck on it and everything. And Steph, lovely Steph, who was on our table, was like, oh, I've got spare mascara wands. I've got loads of them if you want. So I got a lovely mascara wand from Steph. And it's pinky purple as well. So that has stayed in my little bag. I got this beautiful wooden colour card or thread keeper from Linda. So me and Nick both got one of these. We were like, oh, thread cards, thread keepers, love them. So thanks for that, Linda. From Vicky, I think these were. We got a little bag with, I can never remember what these are called. They're like little snag tool things. I never remember what they're called. There is a cute little hedgehog thread bobbin. And then these could not be more me, Vicky, so thank you very much. 2 anchor purple threads. Colours are gorgeous. So I got them in a little pouch from Vicky. So make sure I don't lose that little snag grab tool. And then from Kelly, we had these gorgeous little Emma Ball tins. And I think Nick and Kelly were taking bets on which one I was going to choose because there were 2 with like alpacas and llamas on. So they knew I'd pick one of those. So I picked this one. And then inside, so like the lid slides off. And then inside, Kelly had got her husband to 3D print these gorgeous little floss drops. And they're amazing. And they're a good stack of them. Look, she did loads. So thanks for those, Kelly and Kelly's husband. So they've got a little hole in the top. They've got 2 little squares and rectangles here for you to attach your threads to. And then they've got the little hooked bit there that you can put your, what's it called? The little bit that goes around your threads. Where are those threads gone? So I'm not explaining this very well, am I? So, get one of these out. Oh no, it's got the snag grab attached to it. So these bits here that have got your thread number on, yeah, you can take them off and you can slide them onto these bits here so that you can keep track of which thread it is that you have got on each floss drop. So thank you for those, my lovely, lovely table gifts from my lovely, lovely table mates. Oh, I've just forgotten something. Said I wasn't doing well. We also got a fantastic highlighter from Vicky as well. And me and Nick, were wondering at first how we'd turn it on and off. And it's like a biro one. It's like a click highlighter. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. So thank you for that, Vicky. And there is plenty of it. I don't know if you can see all the ink inside. But yeah, a click on and click off highlighter. So thank you for that, Vicky. So those table gifts were absolutely amazing. Quick drink of water. Oh, I have got a couple of purchases to show off, and then in my notebook, I keep looking down at my notebook. Plans and then books and games are empty because I have been playing stuff and I have been reading stuff and I have planned stuff, but I've just not written it down. So, these what I've got to show next. In fact, no, I'll show them last because I was going to do a bit of an unboxing for those because I know Sorry, I keep ducking off screen. It's because I've got stuff all over the sofa. I've got stuff all over the floor. I just keep lobbing stuff down there and I'm making a bit of a mess. So, first thing I have got to show off is... Sorry for the rustling. Cotton and Twine April subscription box. Which I apologise, I can't remember who this pattern is by. Does it say inside? Mila from Velvet Pony Stitches. So Velvet Pony Stitches I will tag down below, and I will tag Cotton and Twine and Historical Sample Company. So this is the April 2026 design, and I love butterflies and bugs. So I definitely wanted this one. Haven't started it yet. Very tempted. But then I'm very tempted to start my bee sampler and my anniversary sampler as well. So I'll not show off everything that's in the box because I know lots of people do that anyway. But the little notebook that we got with it this time is just absolutely gorgeous. East of India Dragonfly notebook is just so cute. I love that. And then we also got the hoop to put it in this time, which is fantastic. Sorry for the rustling. And then there are all the beautiful colours on that beautiful, it's almost like a pale blue, grey, dusky type. I get linen in my kit. Oh, those colours are gorgeous. Now I'm looking at those colours, I'm like, I need to start. I need to start it. But I also need to finish some things. So, chuck everything, all that back in there. I know Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah, gets the Cotton and Twine box every month, and she has already, I think, got the next month's box. So I pay for mine myself. So I get mine delivered at the beginning of the next month. So this was April's box, and I received this at the beginning of May. Now May's box has been released. I've actually skipped this one. It's the seagulls. I know lots of people love the seagulls, and I was umming and ahhing, but it's not me. It's not something I would put up in my house. So I've skipped that one. But I know, I think like Cross Stitch Sarah and possibly Laura from Cotton and Clay as well might already have the May subscription box, because they are sent them earlier by the lovely ladies at Cotton and Twine and Historical Sampler, so that they can show them off on their YouTube channels, so that people can decide if they want them or not. So that's that. Oh, next, I caved to the need and the FOMO for Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colour Works thread clubs through Rachel at Talking Dog Stitchery. So Nick, Running Stitcher, is part of the thread club, and every month when she posts her new threads, I've always been jealous. And then Rachel actually posted a couple of weeks ago that she had got spaces left on her thread clubs. So I caved, and I trained the Weeks Dye Works and the Classic Colour Works thread clubs to get 5 of each of those threads every month, starting alphabetically at the beginning. So stupidly, I have put these on my hoops with all my meagre so far collections. So just let me pop those off, and then I can show you what I got. So Classic Colour Works, I got 12 grain, Almost Auburn. Sorry, I should have done that the other way around, shouldn't I? Amber Waves, Amethyst, which is, oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous, and Antique Lace. So they are my first 5 Classic Colour Works Thread Club colours. That amethyst is just I can put them back on my hoop in my order. As I say, I don't have many. Oh no, they've all fallen off. Dag nabbit. Sorry, you're just going to have to bear with me putting all these back on now. I've got quite loose. I've got quite a loose hoop to put all these on. Oh dear. This is the content that you're here for, right, guys? So there we go. So I've added them to the rest of my meagre Classic Colourworks stash so far. And then Weeks Dye Works. I've got a few more Weeks Dye Works because I have been buying some of them for projects. So was that the first 5? Yeah, they were the first 5. Oh, get off the hoop, you silly thread. Told you it was going to be one of those videos. So we have had Absinthe, and oh my gosh, look at that. Adobe, I just thought of like Adobe Acrobat on computers. Amber, Americana, and another amethyst. So those are the first 5 Weeks Dye Works. Coming up looking a bit dark because the lighting's gone a bit weird again. But they are just stunning. I know Nick says she's using Absinthe for some kind of Halloweeny project, and that is so like Dayglow bright green. So they are my first 5 Weeks Dye Works from the Thread Club. And I was saying to Nick, because I posted them on Instagram, and she was like, oh, welcome to the club. And I was like, it was so sad. I was literally squealing opening the parcel to see what I would get. Like, it's a bit pathetic, really, but where's that one gone? And because both the Classic Colourworks and the Weeks Dye Works had an amethyst in them. Look at them. Where's that gone? Let me pop that back up. How beautifully would they both work together? The light amethyst and the darker amethyst. They're just so gorgeous. So I might have to find some way or some pattern to use those both together because they both need to be together in a project. They are just stunning. Oh, I love them. I love purple anyway, but I absolutely love those 2 colours together. Oh, they've all come back off the ring again. While I'm putting these back on the ring, one more thing I have left to show off is my 2 kits that I have purchased from the lovely ladies who are... Oh no, I need to get this one back on. Uni-C Stitchers. And I know Uni-C Stitchers have just blown up at the minute thanks to Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny. So everyone knows who Uni-C Stitchers are now, and everyone is buying up the beautiful Uni-C Stitchers kits. Very rightly so, because they are gorgeous and because we need to be supporting people in Ukraine because of the horrible conditions that they are living in at the moment. Just let me get these back on here, otherwise I'm going to end up in a kerfuffle and I'm not going to know what I'm doing. There we go, they're back on. So I ordered 2 kits, came beautifully wrapped, and they came with this gorgeous little bobbin that says a little box of calm just for you. That was a beautiful little addition. And then the 2 kits that I got were, the first one is Bumblebee. So I am going to do a little bit of an unboxing for these and actually show you what's inside because they are just absolutely beautiful. So because these are a little bit bigger, they come in these little boxes. I know a lot of people have been stitching the sea animals and things like that, and they just come in a nice little plastic packet. Bear with again. But because these ones are a little bit bigger, they come in a little box. So you have got, oh no, what's happened there? You have all of your threads, which come on a little thread card, and then they are all beautifully braided together. And I mean, look at that. There are 2 sort of like eyelash threads in here, furry threads, for doing like the bum, basically, of the bee. So they are all the colours. You then get the thread and all the beads and everything. Let's open this up actually, because they're all in individual packets. So they're all in individual packets within a package. So you get 3 needles on a little bit of felt, which is absolutely amazing. We've got a bobbin of what I think is like some, it's almost like fishing wire or invisible thread. Not sure what that's for. I'm sure I'll find out when I read the pattern properly. We have got, oh, it's stuck in the packet, a gorgeous little bit of gold thread. Again, not sure what it's for, but I will have a look in a minute. Oh, this is amazing. We've got here, oh, wow, I didn't realise that. There is a little bit of Velcro in there, and it says on this packet to fluff up the Tella Artist thread. So those little fluffy threads that are for the bee's bum, you've even got a little bit of Velcro in there to fluff them up even more when you've, that's amazing. That is amazing. We've then got 2 packets of beads. And we've then got another packet with the other larger gems and diamonds and stuff in. Camera's not focusing on that. And they were all in one packet together. So let's pop them back in that packet before I lose them. But I love how they're all in their little individual packets, sorted out. Let's pop them back in there. I don't want to lose everything, that's why I'm putting it all back. Ow, just stabbed myself with one of those needles. You then have a little postcard with a picture of the project on. It's amazing. There is then the pattern, which obviously I can't show you. There is then, and I'm going to have to take this out of the packet because this is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. There is then the frame with these gorgeous hanging beads on. So I think, unless I'm wrong, the gold bit of thread might be to make the hanger at the top. Look at that, with those gorgeous hanging beads on. The whole kit is just stunning from start to finish. You've then got in another little plastic packet. And what does this say in here? I don't want to lose anything out of this packet. So what does this say? Hello, I am a small, flexible and great base for embroidery. I really want you to embroider your crazy crosses on me. Oh, so it's like a little, with the uni-C stitch thing on the other side. Oh, these kits are just amazing. So then it's got a sticker on that tells you which is the front of the, I'm not sure if you can, oh, wrong side back. Have I got something dark? So that's the outline of the bee. So it's not solid. You can see there that I'm moving a bit. It's not solid plastic, but it's not flimsy either. It's quite substantial. So yeah, it even tells you which side is the front side and to stitch on. That's amazing. There are even then the ready-made felt cut pieces to pop on the back of that, and I'm assuming that that invisible thread is for stitching those on rather than gluing them on. I will have to investigate that further, but I believe that is what they are for. Wow, I am blown away because I've had a look at all the individual bags, but I hadn't actually got everything out and had a look at it all. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Wow, and that's just one of them. I ordered 2 different ones, so we'll get that one out and have a quick look at that one as well. But all of the stuff in here is just gorgeous, and I love the little hanging frames that they are in. Right, that back in there. So then the second one is this one. So the first one was Bumblebee, this one is Queen Bee. So let's have a look what we get in this one. Again, you have got your threads beautifully braided. Look at those colours. They are just stunning. You've got the little postcard that shows you the picture of the finished project. We've got, same again, so I'm not going to take them all out again. So you've got the 3 needles on the bit of felt, You've got the bobbin with the clear thread for sewing the felt on. You've got the gorgeous gold thread for the hanger, and then there are the bigger beads and the smaller beads. There is the pattern. There is the plastic cutout and the felt bits to stitch on. And then the frame on this one, I've got to take the frame out to show you this. Fancy. Sorry, I went a bit supersonic there. It's so fancy. It's just beautiful. Look at it. Oh my gosh, they're so gorgeous. And I think when you've done, I don't know if you can see, there are 2 little holes in each side of the frame here. I'm assuming that's what you attach the actual bee itself to. So it sits nicely in the frame. But oh my gosh, so gorgeous, so gorgeous. I might have to start one of these. I've not actually set myself any plans, but I might have to start one of these because they're just so gorgeous. And I just want to get them hung up on my little twig tree over there and get them finished so that I can show you the finished projects when they're all done. But cannot fault the kits, the service. One thing I will say, if you are going to order, because I didn't order from Rachel at Talking Dog Stitchery, has started stocking some Uni C stitch kits. I ordered from them direct in Ukraine. And I translated the website using Google Translate on my phone and everything. And it didn't ask me for any payment information. It went through and said order complete. Didn't ask me for any payment information. So I was like, ooh. Checked my emails. I got an email saying we'll send payment, how to pay in another email or a message. I then got a WhatsApp, because obviously I'd put my phone number in checkout. I got a WhatsApp from the company saying, please follow this link to pay via PayPal. This is how much it will be in, I can't remember what the Ukrainian currency is, but in their Ukrainian currency. And I think it was about, I might be wrong with this. Let me have a quick, I can pick my husband up and I've just seen that he said stick the oven on. Yep, you're going to have to wait for that, love, because I'm still busy filming. Let me just see if I can get PayPal up and figure out how much those 2 kits and postage was. It wasn't a lot. To say that the amount of stuff you get in those kits was just absolutely amazing. Activity, there we go. Where are we? Please translate it into English for me. £29.45. So less than £30 for those 2 kits. All the beautiful accessories and everything, and postage as well. Just under £30. So I think that was absolutely amazing. And I got a WhatsApp with the payment details on. I then got a WhatsApp saying thank you, payment received. I then got a WhatsApp saying we've dispatched them. Here's your Royal Mail tracking. So just contact from the company the whole way through, absolutely amazing. So one thing I will say is just if you are ordering direct from them on the website, make sure you Google Translate it so obviously you can read through everything. And don't be concerned that they don't take any payment information from you. If you put your phone number in to help with tracking and delivery, which I did, they will WhatsApp you and sort it all out through that. So yeah, absolutely amazing. I'm so pleased with those 2 kits. They are absolutely stunning. So, one thing I had forgotten. I have been doing a bit of knitting and crocheting as well, now that I can again. I am not going to show you my crocheting, just in case anyone who I work with decides to watch. Because we have what we call at work Wellbeing Wednesday. And if you are part of Wellbeing Wednesday, someone brings normally food or drink treats in every Wednesday for everyone that is involved in Wellbeing Wednesday. And I've decided to make something this time, so that's all I'm going to say. But I have been doing a little bit of knitting on my socks. So I have been knitting socks. So this is the West Knits Dancing Droplets sock pattern. got all these beautiful little droplets all the way down. And I am on the decreases for the toe. That foot looks really, really long, and I'm hoping it'll fit, and I've not made it too long. Might have to have a look at that. But yeah, and this yarn is by the little grey girl, who is Gemma, and it was a Halloween colourway a couple of years ago. So it's a self-striping yarn. You can see the stripes there on the bottom of the foot. But yeah, I am using it on the West Knits Dancing Droplets pattern. And I've made a few pairs of socks before, and I've always been a DPN girl, double pointed needles. But I decided to have a go at using these teeny tiny circular needles, and I've been getting on really, really well with them actually. So I think I am going to be a circular needle sock knitting girl from now on. So that is the knitting that I have been doing. Other than that, I think that's about everything. Plans. I've given up on Whip Go. I said that in my last video. And I've kind of been getting a bit bogged down with, I've got loads of big projects, big full coverage things, and I'm not working on them. And I was getting myself all het up and stressed about it. I've decided that at the moment I'm not in the mood for big full coverage projects. That doesn't mean I'm never going to stitch them. It just means that at the minute my big full coverage projects are being put to one side, because I want to get more stuff actually finished and displayed in the house. So at the minute, I think I'm just going to focus on, I want to try and get some things done. Like my cabinet of Curiosities is fairly big, but that's over halfway now. So I want to get some work done on that and try and get that finished. But I want to get a lot of my smaller things finished as well. And I want to start more things as well, because I like finishing things, but I also like starting things. And I'm trying not to get too bogged down in the, oh no, you've got so many whips and you've got all these big full coverage pieces that you're not working on. Well, yeah, I know, but at the end of the day, this is my hobby. And it's supposed to be enjoyable and it's supposed to be fun. So yeah, I might start a lot of stuff and I might not finish very many things and I might only work on smaller projects. But if that's what's bringing me joy and that's what's making me happy, then that's what I'm going to do. There's no cross-stitch police. No one's going to come and tell me off for not stitching on my big full coverage projects. And if you do, I don't care. It's my life, my cross-stitch project. I'm going to do what I want and what makes me happy. So, one last thing to say about Floss Friends retreats is I am not on the retreat, not booked on the retreat in October, but I have asked Sammy to put me on the waiting list. So fingers crossed for that. More excitingly, I know I've left this really, really late until the last minute, but it is the Big Stitch this year, which is held at Magna Science Adventure Centre, which is not too far away from me, at the end of June. It sold out literally like straight away within a few hours, I think. And I was umming and ahhing about it, and I didn't apply for a ticket and obviously didn't get one. I've now decided I would quite like to go. So I have emailed Sammy, who organises them, and said, look, I know I'm probably far too late, but can I go on the waiting list for Big Stitch? Sammy emailed back and said, we have had a few people drop out, so you never know. We might be able to get you a ticket. So I am keeping everything crossed, because I've done some extra training and hours at work recently, and I will be getting paid that overtime before Big Stitch. It's my birthday a couple of weeks before Big Stitch. So I'm like, I would have a little bit of extra spending money. So if I can go, fantastic. That'd be absolutely amazing. If not, I'll just have to spend it online with people instead, won't I? So yeah, watch this space. If I'm ridiculously excited in the next video or the one after, because I managed to get a ticket for Big Stitch, then yeah, that'll be why. So keep everything crossed for me that I can manage to get a really, 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 really last minute ticket. So I'm going to have to go now because I've got to tidy all this up. I need to stick the oven on for tea, otherwise they're going to be back and I'm going to get in trouble. So thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting and all the lovely, amazing things that you do. If you don't subscribe and you found me from someone else's channel or from a recommendation, please consider subscribing. I think I'm at about 160 subscribers. I'd love to hit 200. Absolutely love to hit 200 subscribers or more. That'd be amazing. I may have got some things that I can do a giveaway with. So if we hit 200 before my next video, maybe I'll do a little giveaway. So thank you for all your lovely kind comments as well on my previous videos, saying that you were glad for me to be back and things like that. That was really, really lovely and heartwarming to hear. And hopefully I'll have more projects and more starts and things next time. So until then, thank you for joining me. Enjoy your crafting. Remember, there are no crafting or cross-stitching police. No one's going to tell you off for not doing your big full coverage projects or for starting something new. So if you want to start something new, go for it. If it makes you happy,